Warning. The contents of tonight's episode contains strong language and may not be suitable for some audiences. Viewer discretion is advised.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to the Around the Ropes radio show. Here are your hosts, John Blaine, Ray from Boston, and Jay. With special guest appearances by Bobby Fish and Kevin Wilson. This podcast is proudly sponsored by Simply Green.
1, 2, 3.
Welcome to the Around the Ropes radio show on this Tuesday. Hopefully everybody's doing good. Sorry for the minor confusion. I'll explain that in a second. Let me first start on the room first. Let me first throw it to Jay, who we haven't seen in a couple weeks. Jay, how have you been, my brother?
Wow, what a good time to be back. Fun times.
All right, can you hear me?
Oh, I can hear you now. I'm muted now? Now you can hear me. Good to be back. Fun times.
Just fun.
Glad I'm back. Guys, what's going on? Ray, how you doing, my friend?
I'm doing good, doing good. Glad to see that everything's okay with you, my friend. Missed you the last couple weeks.
Yes, sir. I had to take care of some business, and the business is taken care of, and now I'm back. I'm actually excited to be back. This is the pre-show before Backlash, so I can't wait.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Ray, how you doing?
I fucking hate it here. I'll never leave, but I fucking hate it here.
And that's
I'm not sure how I go from needing the heat yesterday on the drive to and from work, wearing my winter jacket, to this morning needing the heat to go to work, and then when I step outside needing to put shorts and a t-shirt on. It is May 5th. We are supposed to be done with this.
Oh, yeah, happy Cinco de Mayo, by the way, to everybody.
Oh, hey, and Taco Tuesday.
Yes. Or if you're a fan of Star Wars, happy Revenge of the Sith.
Revenge of the Fifth.
Hey.
May the 4th be with you. That was yesterday.
It was a joke.
Of Star Wars. I think the show tonight's a joke.
Oh, guys, we had we had a little minor issue.
Pops just hit it out of the park. I'm just saying.
A minor issue like World War II.
It
was a minor issue. Yeah.
There it is, folks.
Parents are getting involved in the conversation.
All right, let's get back on track here. No, guys,
you can't say let's get back on track, John, because that conveys to the people that we were actually at a point in this show where we were on track.
You guys haven't pulled into the station yet. I'm sorry.
We haven't even found the tracks. What are you talking? I'm still looking for tracks.
You went off the rails.
You have to find the train first.
You went off the rails.
Oh my God,
John, I believe for about 7. It was probably about 7 times on YouTube when we were trying to get you to look at your phone to let you know that we're in the studio. Where are you? You had said getting back to the new day. So getting back to the new day, what were you going to say?
Hold on. I just want to clarify one thing here, okay?
Here we go.
He's not technical.
Can the peanut gallery, please?
He's going to pass this buck like Joe Montana, bro. I'm telling you.
Well, actually, I do blame Mr. Wilson.
Told you.
Because he did make a link that said Around the Ropes for 5-5, which today, as I checked, is May 5th.
Yeah, happy Cinco de Mayo.
Oh, yeah. What a great day to be back.
That's why I went to that one. I did not know that Mr. Wilson did not mention that it wasn't the same link.
Sir, we are all in the same production chat. Last I checked.
Yes.
Okay. I just want to keep that in the forefront of your mind.
Yeah.
So because I'm just saying, because if like maybe you were like, oh, this is new. Communicate with your co-host, sir.
I thought you guys knew what was going on.
Bro. By osmosis?
I think he was fascinated with the New Day. So
I mean, so getting back to the New Day,
Someone found this piece of
David John Reynolds, thank you for tuning in and dealing with our Off the Rails Crazy Train show. Thinking back to what you mentioned about the New Day, John, I heard rumors of TKO demanding pay cuts, etc., and the New Day refused, apparently. Not sure if there's any truth to the rumors, though.
Sure.
Those are the same exact reports that we have heard, I have heard from credible sources. The one that I have heard is still up in the air is when they approached the one that's going around right now about them approaching Roman. That's that the waters on that one are still muddied. Can't tell which what's what on that one.
I think a lot of that's going to be determined by what happens this weekend. Backlash.
I think so.
Especially reports came out last week. He was supposed to be working June for Raw, leading the Night of Champions, and also now he got pulled from it.
No, yeah, he got pulled from all of the international dates.
Yeah, and
which could be something contractual, or they may build it as this whole TKO contractual. But one thing that that somebody did bring up to me, they said Roman is not cured. Roman is in remission. So with things like the hantavirus going around and isolating that cruise ship, you know, because nobody wants it in their borders because COVID-19, it makes you wonder, is this going to be an angle that will take the brunt of Roman not being there, right? The flip side of that coin is we all know that he's got leukemia.
Yeah.
Just come out and say it. You had no problem saying that he, you know, when they announced that he was stepping away for treatment, you know, and Seth and Dean came out on the stage. They had no problem announcing it then. Just announce it now. He'll get the same, if not more, support from the fans. I mean, if that is the way that this is going, that this is happening.
Look, even when the release date's happening, he was scheduled. I still didn't believe it. Why would I believe it from Roman Reigns? He's the top guy in the business. Do I expect him to go to international dates? No, I don't.
Yeah, but you would figure, though, he does hold a big title in your company. You do have Night of Champions coming up the end of next month.
He's done it before. Nothing new to me.
No, I agree. It's nothing new. But to me, I look at it this way. You have a big show happening in Saudi, June 27th, Night of Champions. So you would figure, logistically, every championship should be on the line. That's what we remember Night of Champions as, right?
I agree with that.
That's literally what it's supposed to be.
9 out of 10, that doesn't happen.
I think that's
9 out of 10, that doesn't happen.
I agree, but I think the thing is, I think this weekend, and we'll get to Backlash, you know, later on, we'll give our predictions. But I think what we see as the result of Roman and Jacob, I think will set the table for what we see in Saudi at the end of next month. Because you also have to remember, they also may have another issue. Doesn't Jacob still have the thing that he can't travel internationally because of his past?
No, so it depends on what country you're talking about. Some countries are stricter than others. Like there are a lot of other countries that he can travel to. Corporate's got to do a work permission visa. And essentially what that is that's the company taking responsibility for Jacob, right? Like because for some whatever reason, because is he a felon?
I think so. I know he spent some time in jail.
That doesn't necessarily mean that he's a
But
felon.
that doesn't mean can mean a lot of things.
Let's hold on. Let's go to the Google machine. Is Jacob Batu
Good evening,
a
Billy. How are you tonight?
felon?
I'm doing good. Cinco de Mayo. It's great. Great times.
Billy?
Good to be back on Cinco de Mayo.
So here's the thing. I think he's good because it was a robbery arrest at the age of 18. It was an armed robbery. Sorry. So that is felony. That is a felonious charge. However, it was when he was 18, which was 10 years ago. That gets looked at as well. You know,
I know the statute of, like, I know, for example, I know it's like, I'll give you, okay, here's a prime example. Last year I had my car accident. Okay, I know it's a different scenario, but you'll see my point here in a second. I could not get car insurance on my own for 3 years. And because of that, I have to wait now. I don't know how it works with, if it's that route. I don't know if it's, it happened when he was 18. I don't know if it's like, after 10 years, okay, it just gets wiped away, or if it's something that is like permanently on your record. I don't know.
So everything that I have read says, and search, it says, yes, Jacob Fatu can now travel internationally for work, though it previously required significant legal assistance due to his criminal record. While his past conviction for armed robbery initially made international bookings difficult, during his time on the independent circuit, WWE took specific steps to resolve this following his 2024 signing. And that goes as far as saying WWE hired a high-powered immigration law firm to help clear his legal hurdles. He has been able to enter Canada, and he is actively participating in international tours. Yeah, so
all about the money.
Jesus,
that's what I got out of it.
The immigration law firm that they hired must be phenomenal,
top notch.
Well,
absolutely.
Like I said, we're gonna get more into Backlash in hour number 2. I want to get more into this whole thing with Jacob and Roman. But we're gonna touch on New Day for a second here, because that was probably one of the biggest shockers out of all these releases. And I just want to make one thing clear though: with New Day does not have a 90-day no-compete clause. It was mutual agreement to go their separate ways.
Mm-hmm.
So unless I'm misunderstanding something, they could show up on Dynamite if they wanted to on Wednesday.
Yeah. I don't think it's going to be Wednesday, though. I think based on the previous interactions between Kenny Omega and the New Day and the current storylines you have going in AEW, I wouldn't expect to see the New Day in AEW until this whole Will Ospreay, Kenny Omega, Death Riders triangle kind of
what a crappy story.
Kind of progresses, because then you're going to see Kenny Omega finally pull Will Ospreay from the clutches of the Death Riders, and they're going to need help, and they can't turn to United Empire because, as you saw from New Japan clips this past weekend, it seems that they are taking a turn to heeldom that Mr. Ospreay doesn't seem too thrilled about. You saw his reluctance before hitting Shingo with the hidden blade. And I think you're going to see Kenny Omega call up a couple old friends.
I truly think that loyalty pays off. Loyalty pays off. It does for Jay, and I'm sure it does for you guys. And I wouldn't want to see them in AEW. I think at the long run, they will be back with WWE. But I think they're good. I mean, they're financially. Xavier Woods has his own stream show, his game show. I mean, I think
they've got their own podcast, their own anime.
Very successful
podcast.
I don't think they should make a jump on anything. I think at the end, WWE, or if they wanted to come back and reached out to WWE, they will take them in full arms.
I don't know. Listen, we haven't run into a situation like this with a TKO run WWE.
Yeah.
Previous iterations of WWE, yeah, I could see that happening. But we haven't seen any iterations of this from a TKO run,
Well, we seen
an
it with
Endeavor
R-Truth.
Sports Group run.
Seen it with R-Truth, didn't we?
But it's funny though because Billy actually has a comment over on YouTube. Isn't Up Up Down Down partially owned by WWE still?
I don't know. We might need the Google machine for that one.
But
if it is,
that I'm not clear of.
If there is, John, there's Twitch. They could just stream on their own. They don't even need WWE.
Yeah, but the problem is if it's owned by WWE, they can, I did read.
But not their Twitch accounts are not owned by WWE. That's their own personal.
What's it called?
They could stream games live. Claudio Castagnoli is a perfect example. Adam Cole is a perfect example. They use their Twitch streams and you just go live all the time. It could work. I don't.
Yeah, but they didn't. They Up Up Down Down is the YouTube channel is owned by WWE now.
Yeah,
it's totally fun.
Even Billy just said she goes pretty sure it was like 50-50.
It's a good analysis.
But here's my thing though. Could we see the possibility? Definitely. I don't know if you would bring back
WWE.
Yeah. Okay.
It's created by Xavier Woods.
Yep. If you bring back, because I can see the possibility, bring back because I read that they want to bring Xavier back, similar to Tyler Breeze.
Yeah, they had said something about that, even going so far as to offer him a the Tyler Breeze contract, which allows you to work independent dates and other things of that nature.
Let's not forget AAA. I think we're all forgetting about that. Let's not forget about AAA. Why not work down there? Why not?
I mean, it wouldn't be bad. I mean, they can also go. Here's the no. You take those two guys, you can easily, and we've seen this before, give them a couple months on the indies. Let them go straight indies for a while.
I just don't think. For me, look, I'm speaking for a guy that's not a fan of the New Day. Okay, never was, never been. But I'm saying, like, I don't think they should make a jump on anything. I think they should just cool out. They're good. Ray said they got the podcast. Okay, WWE takes up, down. Don't worry, you can make another one. It doesn't matter. But I don't think they should just chill out. I think everything will be cool. We've seen this with R-Truth. The people eventually, sooner or later, creative is going to run out of ideas. They're going to run out of tag teams. Because they let most of them go, right? They'll be back.
That's what it feels like, honestly.
Concerned about the New Day. I'm really not concerned about the New Day with this release.
I want to ask you guys about the other. Well, now let's bring up New Day here for a second. If I'm AEW, and we always talk about how the AEW tag team division has always been weak, for the most part, you realize now between
I think
Frey and it's a Motor City Machine Gun.
I think just a lot of people in their views. I'm not saying you guys or me, but I think there's just people out there that they just want the New Day to go AEW to just have one match with the Young Bucks or one match with FTR. But then after that, it's like, then what? There's so many talent on that show. It's even hard to just get pushed as TV time. And if you get pushed, it falls apart. I see it with the Acclaim. I mean, I watched Anthony Bowens, for God's sakes, on Dynamite. I'm like, wait a minute, he's with the Ops. So anything is, I just don't think they need to do that. I know it's one match that everyone wants to see, but I think everybody's just leaning to that.
I'll even go a step further. I'm not even talking tag team wise. Put them as singles, because right there, I got one matchup right there for you. Kofi Kingston Swerve Strickland.
I could see it, but when you speak it, I laugh because I just think it's laughable. It's like, why do I want to see Kofi against Swerve, or even in a promo or anything like that? Like, I'm not gonna take Kofi. Oh, this guy's really gonna be Swerve. Like, it's not believable.
He's got a point. I haven't been. I mean, having Kofi go against Swerve. I mean, what would that? What purpose would that serve?
I think it would be.
You're working right now. You're working on making Swerve the next face of the company for the next few years. That's
Most
the whole
dangerous-
company. AEW's most dangerous man.
Most dangerous man in AEW, they say.
Yeah. So that would just be foolish to have him
The
come in.
most dangerous
face
man in
Kofi.
AEW against a guy that throws pancakes to people. Let's set it up.
Let's go look at the comments.
What's up,
hey,
Savage?
hi Savage. How you doing? Savage says, John, who gives a shit? It hasn't been a new day in over 10 years.
That's true.
John, you are absolutely the world's worst booker ever in the history of podcasting and the wrestling business.
He must have saw it earlier.
He said you're fired.
Yeah, he saw it earlier.
I'm going to refrain from what I was about to say, but my thing is this, though.
Okay.
You look at New Day, okay? Yes, I'm not taking away from what they've done. They have been probably, like I said this before, one of the most decorated teams out there. Can we agree on that? Like, if you look at modern day, because I know this can always become a big topic, look at modern day tag team wrestling, okay?
Mhm.
So I'm talking 2000 to now. Talking about the last 25, 26 years.
Yep.
Actually, Ray, I'll throw it to you first. If you had to give me here's the specifics. Last 25 years. Who's your top 3 tag teams?
Good question.
That is a good question. I wasn't ready for that.
Don't worry.
I would I don't know. Hold on. Give me 1 second here. I definitely want to put FTR in there. The Briscoe. Well, so I guess 2 of them would be FTR and the Briscoes. The third one, I don't know, man. That can go so many ways. I mean, would the New Day go in there? Would you say that the New Day is better than, the Dudleys or, Harlem Heat? I mean, that's.
Can you pull up Great Savage's last one? Because I really have to question about the last team he put on there.
All right, let's hold on. Let's go with. He said, "Take Danhausen more serious than Kofi at this point." I mean, David John Reynolds, holy shit, Savage heel mode activated.
Oh yeah, it really is activated.
And then FTR, Young Bucks, Street Profits.
I gotta take at least 2 names out of there.
I can see FTR. I can see the Young Bucks. I can't see the Street Profits.
I can only see the Young Bucks. I can't see FTR or Street.
No, I can see FTR for how successful they've been.
But you said the last 25 years.
Yeah, 25 years.
I gotta go back. If you're talking about the last 25 years, look, I'm gonna put the New Day number 1. But if I had like a number 2 or number 3, I gotta put Edge and Christian and the Hardys. I can't just put FTR above them because they're the ones that really set the pace for everything. So I can't do that. For me, I can't.
And then Savage said they should have been champs twice. As an actual tag team, Profits were good.
There was a lot of good tag teams. I'll give you one that you guys probably forgot about. You'd be like, oh yeah, they had a good run. What about Kane and Daniel Bryan?
Yeah, Team Hell No.
That was really good story. I enjoyed every single minute of it.
I mean,
they held it down. Would I put them in my top 3? No. Maybe 5.
I mean, you look at. we talk about the New Day. New Day also had. Talking about legendary battles they had with the Usos. I mean, I still remember that Hell in a Cell tornado tag team match they had.
So, John, I want to ask you. I want to throw your question back to yourself. What would you say are the instrumental last 25 years of tag team?
For me, it's the Briscoes.
Okay.
New Day. I would have to say FTR, and I only say FTR.
It's just so crazy. How is everybody forgetting about The Hardys, Edge and Christian, the Dudley Boys. How are we forgetting about and putting FTR above them? It's just mind-boggling to James.
Well, hold on. I want to specify. I'm talking about the last 25. I'm talking about from 2000 to now. I'm not talking.
Okay. They were there.
Yeah, but the thing is,
So what's the problem?
but look at what FTR did. Okay.
When was WrestleMania 17? What year was that? That's 25 years, 2001, 2002, right?
Yeah, that's why this is such a tough question to ask.
You're the one that asked it.
I know, but I'm saying this is a tough question. I know I asked the question.
Well, look, I think we all set our lists, and I would love to hear what the chat got to say. I know Savage had his list. He said New Age Outlaws, Dudleys, Hardy, Edge and Christian. Look, I'm on the same page except for New Age Outlaws with Savage. FTR is a great choice. I see why you guys picked it, and but let's face it, we all have to have on our list the New Day. We just have to.
But I think also, and I think when we do lists like this, I think it's more of a generational thing. Also, I think that's also because, like, my dad, being the older school fans, was listening to guys like Legion of Doom. Those guys.
Right.
But like me, yeah, I was around. In 2000, I was around at the tail end of the Attitude Era, so to speak. Oh. Okay.
I just think that FTR did some amazing tag team matches, but most of it was in NXT.
They ranked Steiners. New Day.
That was my problem.
Okay, but that's
on the roster. Could have really made a statement.
But I want to, I don't want to talk too much. I want to talk about the other two releases as well.
There's a lot of releases that I'm shocked.
Well, the other two really does not shock me at all, and that's JC Mateo and Tongaloa.
I'm actually shocked that JC for the fact that he hasn't even been there for a year.
Yeah, he now continues to trend of being the third. I think I read something. He's now the third guy to debut at Backlash and be released within a year.
That's insane. But are you shocked by this? I'm really not. I'm just shocked that he didn't last a year.
I'm not surprised about Tongaloa. I feel like he was especially, and I want to get into this in a little bit, especially if they're trying to recapture the momentum they had with the Bloodline, with Jacob and Roman, like we were talking about before. So I think with Tongaloa, I felt like he was more of like a supported actor,
like a fourth wheel.
Yeah. And the other one, Jason Mateo, people forget they only put him with the MFTs because he looked Samoan. He was
honestly, I that was the baddest thing they ever did. I never saw him in that whole MFT line.
No, he never. The problem is he never. But maybe this goes back to the fact that he's not Samoan.
Yeah. But
yeah, I never really I never really understood that. Like, first off, you have Jeff Cobb, like one of New Japan's biggest names, top stars, and you let him be what? You don't let him be Jeff Cobb. You don't let him talk. You don't let him fucking do anything. Like, I mean, come on, what? Shit, how did he get more accomplished in Lucha Underground under a mask and not saying anything than he did in WWE?
Presentation.
I mean, Jesus.
But like, if you're a wrestler, what do you like? Would you honestly say no? I think I would just say, okay, I look Samoan. I'm going to go out there. But they're giving you that chance to be that top guy or next to the top guy. I mean, what any wrestler would say, no, I don't want to do it. Like,
well, I have a question actually, Jay, to counter your question.
Shoot.
Any future free agents, seeing what we've been seeing in WWE the last month or so, if you have somebody who's a pending free agent in like AEW or Ring of Honor, are they going to want to come to WWE knowing now that basically it doesn't matter if you're with the company for a month or you're with the company for 20 years, there's no job security?
I think it's always been like that, right? I mean, you must be like, I think if any wrestler, independent wrestler, doesn't understand that, must be living under a rock because that's part of the job, folks. It's not secure. I'll give you a perfect example now that you bring this up. Rich Holland. Rich Holland has some stories out there on the dirt sheets that he couldn't afford his mortgage and all that. And they set up like a GoFundMe, but then he came out the next day. He's like, no, I didn't do that. It was my mom. I don't believe any of that. It's just, you got to be careful with your money. You got to be smart in the head. You can't just blow it all out. Like, hey, look, living in a nice house is nice, but it's not guaranteed, you know?
But the thing that people are also forgetting is that they are independent contractors. So yeah, okay, they may make $80,000 a year. Right. However, when you subtract the cost of actually working, which is your ring gear, travel, taxes, that 80 grand turns to fucking 30K real quick.
And I just want to agree with David Reynolds. Yeah, they should have let him cook as Jeff Cobb. They should have let him cook. If he cooked like that, forget about it. Forget about it.
Savage says two-man power trip was the best after the Mega Powers, all-time as far as power ratings. All-time tag team is Legion of Doom and the Rockers. Steiner Brothers are up there all-time. Their work in New Japan. And David says, I'm not surprised that JC, he just didn't get over. They should have kept him as Jeff Cobb and let him cook as a singles competitor. Absolutely. Agreed. There you go.
Agreed.
Can you imagine Jeff instead of having Obafemi versus Otis on Raw last night, Obafemi versus Jeff Cobb?
I could have seen that as a favorite PLE match easily.
Exactly.
Easily seen that as like a PLE,
and that's just based off of A, the Jeff Cobb name, and B, what we know he was capable of in New Japan, because you can't base it off anything that he did in WWE for the last year.
No. I mean, I remember his debut wasn't even that. Wasn't he? Did he like show up? Yeah, he showed up at Backlash last year.
He showed up at Backlash. Everybody realized who he was. The roof went off the place, and then you don't see him for 2 weeks. And he comes back as JC Mateo.
But WWE did say Jeff Cobb.
Oh, yeah, no. Michael Cole did say Jeff Cobb when he showed up.
They sure did.
And that's why they gave him the 2-week hiatus, so people would forget.
They said, Jesus, Michael Cole blew it for us. Now we got to put JC in front of him.
Yeah, but then not only that, I mean, look at it from the other side of it. For example, last week when we were on air, we saw quite a few debuts in NXT. One of the debuts we saw was Evil debuted.
Very nice presentation.
They never said his name at all. Vic Joseph, you literally hear him on commentary go, that's the former IWGP heavyweight champion.
Yeah, he also hinted things about to get Evil, so we kind of we all know.
Yeah, I mean,
let's go back. Just stay with Evil. Just stay with Evil because it works.
From what I heard, they're not sticking with Evil.
And we got a problem. And we got a problem. Why not? We did it with Nakamura.
Because the problem is WWE can't make money off of. Hey, okay, you want to talk about that? Then why did they change country?
Evil?
Why? No. Think about it this way, because it's not WWE property.
Well, we have seen weird things.
I mean, think about it. Why do you think Walter had to get his name changed? And you can't talk about anybody having a bigger name on the Indies, especially in the European Indies scene than him.
It's true.
And he came in, and I remember originally it wasn't Gunther. Originally it was like Gunther something.
Yeah.
And then when they looked it up on Google, they're like, yeah, no, we're not going to have it be him.
I think it just depends on the name. It has to be like the right name.
Okay, but then, hold on, but Jay, I'll put it this way then. I agree with you about Nakamura. Take AJ Styles, for example.
AJ, love AJ.
But here's the thing, though. Jay, you bring up an interesting point, though. Because we've seen so many guys come to WWE, 90% of them get a new name.
But
hell,
don't they make their lists and then they present it to them and WWE has that final saying?
Hold on, I'll go a step further. Powerhouse Hobbs.
I actually like Royce Key's name. I don't know.
It's a good name, man. I hope they actually do something with him.
I just don't like the presentation, like the music. I think they could switch it up. And I think when he comes out, he should be like, and then you hit the music. Because that's him. I think he could get a little over with the fans with that.
I will say one thing though: the backstage interaction he had with Jacob Fatu.
I loved it.
SmackDown.
I loved it.
Give me those two in a match.
I loved it. And that's a money match. I loved it. And you know what? It would be great for Royce Key's career. That will give him the little push. Fans will be all over him. Telling you, I love it. I love it.
Yeah, let's get
He
to
did a hell of a job.
David John Reynolds goes, how about Jeff Cobb versus
I
Bronson?
love that too. I love it.
Yeah.
What about Jeff Cobb and Braun Breaker?
I love it. I love it. You could put Jeff Cobb in any 250 overpound guy.
Hold on.
It's going to be a great match.
No. You know, we bring up Braun Breaker. Everybody knows him as Steiner. But they didn't want to run with that name. But I think also what we're seeing with a lot of these guys, a lot of times when they get their own name like that, a lot of them are making a bigger name for themselves. Because I'll give you another one. Dirty Dom, okay? I don't have to even say the last name. And most wrestling fans know exactly who I'm talking about.
Well, to be fair, when he started with the whole Dirty Dom thing, they fucking knocked it into everybody's head that his last name is Mysterio. Dirty Dom Mysterio. Dirty Dom Mysterio. Dominic Mysterio, son of the legendary Hall of Famer Rey Mysterio. Like, they made you. They made it so that you knew that Dirty Dom was Dominic Mysterio.
And he's dirty.
My point is,
And he's dirty. And he served some hard time with the big boss man, brother.
But then but my thing is, if you look at somebody like Braun Breaker, there's no reason why he had to change his last name. He's a freaking Steiner.
Yeah, that just comes down to WWE not wanting him to be able to make money off of his own name. Because his name is Bronson Rex Steiner because that's their name, right? Rex Steiner. Yeah. But he very easily could have been named Rex Steiner.
I think they gave him that option. I think it was his choice that he wanted Breaker.
I read something that supposedly when he debuted, originally they were going to have him actually be in a tag team with Tony D'Angelo. I read this somewhere recently, and that Tony and him were going to come out looking like Rick and Scott.
That I don't know. But I'll tell you this. I do remember his debut, and it was freaking great. 2 matches, 1 night, plus the promo with LA Knight to start off the first match. That changed everything for 2.0.
I'll go a step further. Sign me up for the eventual Braun Breaker Obafemi.
It's going to be a while. It's going to be a while.
It should be a while. It should absolutely be a while.
Honestly, to me, I wouldn't have them touch till Mania. Keep them apart till Mania.
Do I want to put that on a Mania match, though?
Oh, absolutely. Especially if you have to realize half the guys that you have right now aren't going to be around much longer. And we talk about this every week on the show. Eventually, you have to build new stars for your main event.
For me, I need to see more evidence. I need to see Oba have more than just a 3 or 8 minute match. That's just me.
Ray, look at what David just said.
David John Reynolds says, Dirty Dama Mysterio looks like a Timu Guerrero.
Now, is it true? Is that I don't know what the name of the Guerrero is, but Charlene maybe? Is she training to be a WWE superstar? Because I've seen some photos of her and Bayley.
That is the thing that's thinging him right now.
That's cool, man. She looked good. She could definitely get it.
Also, I want to say hi quickly to the significant other. If not, she'll probably yell at me.
Damn, Valentine's every night.
But guys, we're gonna take a quick break here.
We're gonna take a break now.
After this break, we're gonna touch on what I mentioned before about the bloodline, and are we starting to see sort of a reunion happen.
Yeah.
And then also, guys, like I said, we'll also give you guys our predictions for Backlash. And we might have, not that I have any announcements tonight, but we also might be breaking in a new segment. I'll explain all that right after this. You guys are watching and listening to the Ronald's Favorite Show. We'll be right back right after this.
At Simply Green, we believe in the power of nature to bring balance, relaxation, and well-being. As a premium THC brand, our mission is to provide high-quality, responsibly sourced products that enhance your lifestyle. Whether you're seeking relaxation, creativity, or wellness support, we curate a selection of top-tier THC to suit your needs. Rooted in trust and transparency, we are committed to delivering safe, lab-tested products while fostering a community that embraces education and responsible use. Simply Green is more than just a brand. It's a movement for a greener, more mindful future. Call 631-846-6060 to order or visit our location in Coram, New York. For use only by adults 21 years of age and older. Keep out of reach of children and pets. Please consume responsibly. Cannabis is not recommended for use by persons who are pregnant or nursing. Concerned about your cannabis use? Contact the New York State HIPAA line by texting HOPE-NY, calling 1-877-8, HOPE-NY, or visiting oasisny.gov/HOPE.
And we're back here live on the Ronald's Radio Show. Quickly, because I have NXT on, what do you guys think about Robert Stone so far as a GM?
Nothing.
I mean, he's a GM.
Pretty much.
Like, I mean, it's, I don't know.
I just wish he had some balls.
Yeah, I can see that.
Like, I don't know. But,
well, I think also they put him in a very tough position because when
but you're a GM, like it's your show. Why are you scared of every other wrestler? It's like comical to me.
Oh, I forgot. Now we have the mixed tag match with Lola Vice and Mr. Iguana.
Oh wow, should be a banger. I'm going to check out NXT after this, but I just hope it's on a good pace because last week had me interested. So I hope.
Yeah. Well, actually, you touched on that last week. Obviously, we saw all the debuts. I want to quickly get your guys' thoughts. What do you think of the debuts? And, who are you most intrigued to see with their careers in NXT?
Will Cruz.
I got Evil for me.
Evil doesn't do it for me. Evil's never done it for me, even when he was 10 years younger in his late 20s in New Japan.
I gotta see it. The way they're presenting him like, yeah, he's gonna be that top star in NXT. I gotta see it.
Well, what I like with Will Cross,
I can't see them doing that. You have Will Cruz, right? And you have Evil, and you're gonna make Evil your top star who is 39 years old.
I just think it's an ultimate test. I think I agree with you. I don't think he could swim with WWE. I just want to see it for myself. Maybe he might surprise me. Maybe. But if you present them in front of Tony D with the lights off and everything, with the cool music and the walk, I gotta see what they plan to do with him, or if he could swim or sink.
Well, I also like the one that you said before, Will, because when he debuted, I hear Rick Joseph go, "Is that a fan?"
Right, because he was big on the Europe independence, right? So American fans, unless you're like hardcore, you don't really know who the hell Will Cruz is. Now, I have followed a couple of orgs from England, and I followed a female wrestler who was from England who opened up her own org. And like Will Cruz, like they would do these kind of training videos, almost like how to take this and how to do this. And Will Cruz was there, and like I think it was the mullet bomb or whatever he calls it that I saw him do, and I was like, get the fuck out of here! Like, why are you that size moving like that?
Yeah,
Kind of reminds you of Keith Lee. I would never saw. That was the first time I saw a big guy do a big moonsault. I was like, God, this guy's huge.
I mean, but the first big guy I saw do moves like that was Bam Bam.
Oh yeah.
You know, but you mentioned Keith Lee. Well, do we know if Keith Lee is still alive? I'm not saying that to be funny. I am saying that because the last time we ever heard of him, he was having heart issues.
I was a big fan. I heard he had the COVID thing, and then it got over, and then he wrote a statement, "I'll be back later," and that was it. That's the last I heard from him.
Yeah, he was. I know he got COVID. He came back, and he realized that his body didn't feel right after COVID. And then next thing you know, he's hospitalized with a heart issue. And
I'm still surprised his wife still works with WWE after the release cuts.
Well,
yeah,
I'll put it this way. Talking about Keith Lee, my one match I always love. We're not talking about him like he's he's not around anymore. But one match I always loved with him in NXT, him and Donovan Dijak.
Oh yeah, classics, all of them.
Actually, I remember. I think it may have been on NXT TV, where the two of them were in the corner on the top rope, and they were set up for the Spanish Fly. And you look at the size of both of them, and Keith Lee is not somebody who should be doing a Spanish Fly anywhere.
Yeah,
Either a sidetrack.
Yeah, and what helps is they fought before they even got there, so they know each other so well.
Actually, it's funny. We bring up. Yes,
See,
David said.
I didn't even know that. I didn't even know he made a video named this finisher. I didn't even know that. That's cool.
Yeah. And then,
I'm gonna look that up. Sure.
By the way, I just heard because they just announced it on NXT for Backlash. The first hour is free on ESPN again.
Yep, and it's going to be Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker.
Wow, free again? Uh-oh, I smell trouble.
No, the only trouble in paradise is Kofi Kingston.
Oh man,
I want to. We've been talking about this part for a while. I want to really get into this part now, and that is with the Bloodline. That are we seeing? Like, if you guys remember back in the day when Kiss reunited, when Ace Frehley and Peter Criss both left, and they brought in the two new guys, it didn't really sound the same. Do we think WWE is trying to do that now with the Bloodline, with Roman, the Usos, and Jacob Fatu?
Mm-hmm. For me, I'm gonna say I honestly can't answer that question. I don't know what they're planning to do, but from what I'm watching the last few weeks, it looks like they're heading to that direction of 2.0. Do I like it? No, I think it just lost its little flavor just for the fact that you have a bunch of new talent that you're putting in my face on Monday Night Raw and SmackDown. By the way, boys, I love SmackDown more than Monday Night Raw. I really do. I enjoy the hell out of it. Not the 3 hours, but I enjoy the hell out of the roster. It's just great. But I just think it just lost its flavor. I know it's cool and it's going to be cool for like 15 minutes of fame, but then after that, where do you go? Who do you add? Who do you subtract? What's the story then? Are we going to have Jay versus Roman again, or this time it's going to be Jimmy versus Roman? Are we going to add Jacob Fatu after he loses after Backlash? Are we going to add him to the mix to make a story? I seen it, did it, but for me, honestly, John, I honestly don't know where they go.
Ray, what about you?
I'm not sure. Like I thought we were going to have like the Bloodline Civil War, or at least a better Bloodline Civil War than we got with Solo and Roman. And I feel like this could very well be that. I'm not sure. To me, like, you're getting the original Bloodline back together, but why? You're getting the original Bloodline back together. Why? Because out of the goodness of your heart, you realized I need my family. Like Roman Reigns put on his, Vin Diesel black sleeveless family. But I'm willing to see where it goes, because usually anything Bloodline related, Heyman's got his hands in. So okay, Paul Heyman has earned and worked up enough goodwill in my eyes that if it's something that he is, tied to even loosely, I'll give it time.
I think I'm curious to see, especially the fact that we're not going to have Roman past the summer. He already said that. He said he's here for the summer, which means more than likely he's filming another movie.
Good for him.
Come the fall. But are we going to really go through this again about, you're the tribal chief? Because I feel like we see this so often, especially in WWE, where you see that lightning in a bottle, and then WWE tries to get that again. Case in point, ECW.
Stretch it.
Hold on. Case in point, ECW. When ECW, in their initial run, when they were at that little bingo hall in Philly,
Mm-hmm.
lightning in a bottle, correct?
Yeah, absolutely.
Then WWE took it over, and what the hell happened to it then?
Well, then you just had WWECW.
My point is this. I wish when it comes to wrestling, I know this is better said than done, what I'm about to say, but I wish we wouldn't get to such a point of, because of this, let's see if we can recapture this again. I'm like, you had that moment once. Why do you think fans have their issues right now with Cody Rhodes holding the title and always doing he has to finish the story? It's to try to recapture what they had going to WrestleMania 40. The same thing.
Yeah, I agree with you. I just want to add that there's so many lightning in the bottles that I've seen the last few weeks that you could actually put people in that top spot of a Roman Reigns. But from what I've seen on TV, it looks like they're not ready to pull the trigger on these people.
And that I think is probably one of the biggest things that drives me nuts.
It does.
You have talented guys.
It does drive me nuts. I don't know why. I don't know why we're waiting for. I honestly don't know.
And I think that's my biggest gripe, though, is you got guys like Braun Breaker. You got guys like Obafemi.
You got guys like a Trick Williams.
Yeah, Williams.
You got a woman as in JC Jane, who's, by the way, going to be a big star.
But you still you're still relying on the Finn Balor's. You're still relying on the guys, and we say this every week. Give it 5 years, 6 years from now, most of those guys won't be there anymore.
Yeah, because they're probably fed up, or they got to take some pay cuts. Like, I leave too if I was the New Day. You want me to take a pay cut? Been here 16 years? Kidding me? I'm out.
But I mean, I look at it. When you look at, just with the whole thing with the bloodline, if they do this, I don't.
That's true. Costa Kiana James will be a big star. Her test is this Friday on SmackDown. Can't wait for that match. Can't wait for her. Her and Tiffany's going to be one hell of a match. Always love Kiana. Always.
Okay, but here's another one you also have that I feel like is not being used. Julia.
Because personally, from what I've seen, I don't think she's ready. Do you guys agree?
Then bring her back to NXT then.
No, but be honest. From what you've seen from Julia the last few months, do you feel that she's ready to be that top star? Going for the belt? No.
No. And I'm saying that for this reason. I felt like when she was wrestling consistently, I felt like she was very much, how do I say this? I felt like she was very much in the shadows of Stephanie Vaquer. Vaquer, sorry.
I agree with that. I totally agree with that.
Like she was too much in the shadows of her. And I think ultimately that's what hurt her.
Do you guys feel it hurt her also that they just came up like at the same time, got there exactly almost at the same time?
Absolutely, because so here's the thing, right? They came up at the same time, and this is going to sound so derogatory, and I
think I know where you're going with this.
Who can you understand clearer? If it's Stephanie. Unfortunately, the language barrier is doing to Julia what it did to Shinsuke.
Yeah.
And Costa's right. They gave her twice a shot. 2 times.
Well,
He's
I'm gonna
absolutely
get
correct.
this up. We talk about lightning in a bottle. You guys think with WWE, with Stephanie and Julia, they were almost trying to, I hate to say this, almost try to do Trish and Lita again?
No, I don't think so. I mean, that if they were, that's a bad fit.
Perhaps they did. Who knows? Maybe.
Now, if you wanted to say that, if you want to swap out Julia for Soul, then I could see that.
Yeah, so who I call her the blonde Lita.
Nice.
So, hey, look how she comes out.
I mean, you're not. Yeah. If you compare ring style, gear styles, yeah.
Give Soul red. Make Soul dye her hair red. Boom, you got Lita.
I'll tell you what, from what I seen last night, they're giving Soul that hell of a rocket on her back.
Right?
Hell of a freaking rocket. I never heard a woman debut just saying bitch and this, that. You got me there. Got me there. Big rocket.
It's going to be very, very interesting to see how it all plays out with all of these. And then, like I said, be very interesting to see how it all plays out with them. Just trying to rack my head. Oh, I want to touch on Creator Pro quickly. I was at their show.
How was
it? Probably one of the best independent shows.
Right? I always say that every time I go to their show. It's one of the best.
Especially the Shooter Boys retained the tag title, regained the tag title, against the Verdict. Shooter Boys, to me, if you've never seen them before, I think the best way I can equate them to is like Charlie Haas and Shelton Benjamin, almost. That like athletic build. But I'll say this right now. Seeing MJF wrestle, he had a match with Max Caster.
Mm-hmm.
There's a reason why people say he is one of the best wrestlers. Because not only can that guy talk, and he cut a phenomenal promo with the line that I'm going to be using from now on, as far as where I'm from. But we'll get into that later on when we do our goodbyes.
Oh Lord!
And at one point, he called himself the Big Hebrew.
He's been calling himself the Big Hebrew. It was even on his jacket when he came down to the ring against Kevin Knight last week.
Yeah.
But him and Max Caster had a great match. But you know what impressed me the most, though, out of any of them? And I got to give him some props here. Bear Bronson.
I was always impressed with him.
He was in your main event against Nick Nemeth. Mind you, it was the same match they did 3 weeks ago on TNA on actual TV. But Bear Bronson to me is somebody who I will not be surprised if in 10 years from now, when I say Bear Bronson is a main eventer. He's good. Then the next night he was at GCW main event against Nick Gage.
Really?
Yeah.
I gotta see that.
You want to talk about back-to-back main event in two of the biggest shows with Nick Gage and Nick Nemeth, especially also with Nick Nemeth. That building had close to 1,000 people.
That's awesome.
And you felt it in there. You really felt almost like, you were seeing something different. And like I said, we always talk about independent wrestling, but that one specifically.
Yeah.
I got it. And then I also want to make a mention that show is actually available now on the Creator Pro YouTube page.
Yeah, I'm going to watch it.
So you can go back.
Been in the game for years.
Yeah, you can definitely go back and watch it. The whole card. I mean, you also had a Fatal 4-Way with Frankie Kazarian, Cedric Alexander, Bobby Orlando, and Leo Sparrow. Congrats to Bobby. Incredible. Congrats to Bobby Orlando on getting the Creator Pro Heavyweight title. Gabby Forza took on Chris Statlander.
How was that match?
That was good. My only question with that is, I wish you'd have given the match to Gabby. I feel like Chris being on TV is Teflon already. Mm-hmm. And I feel like you could have given Gabby that win And you could have, push. Gabby doesn't need a push. She's a talented woman as it is. If you've never seen Gabby Forza, it's like a shorter China, if that makes sense.
I'm interested in what.
Yeah, I can see what you're saying. I guess, yeah.
Okay, Jordan Grace, probably a better example.
Where is she? I haven't seen her in a while.
Didn't she hurt her ankle in a match about a month ago?
No clue.
But
how she ended up with an ankle or a foot injury. I remember it looked like she fucking bent her foot in. So I don't know. I don't know if that means anything.
Definitely. And then I know what was the other thing. No, like I said, definitely go check out Creative Pro Wrestling. You can get all their past. Oh, they also had the King of the Cap Battle Royal.
Evil
King
Kid.
Of the Castle? King of the Castle? King of the Castle. King of the Castle.
No, the guy who ended up winning it, I was so pissed off. They did a move. Now I have to describe it this way. We've seen battle royals before, and you always get the heel wrestler who will go goes through the middle rope and everything. So they got eliminated. But technically, they
which still, I never understood how anybody could have made that mistake. It is a clear difference between over the top rope and under the top rope.
And there's a wrestler, if you've seen him before, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Sidney Baklava. And I'm probably butchering his last name.
I think you may have.
Probably did. He ended up winning because he pulled the same heel move at the end. Because originally it was supposed to be Nick Robles. Nick Robles had the moment. It was him and TJ Crawford. The last two in the ring. You know, he had the moment. All of a sudden, you know, the crowd's going great. And then also you see Cindy comes up through the bottom rope, flips Nick over. Cindy's your winner. Like I said, overall, I loved it. Probably one of the better shows I have been to. The only thing I will say, though, is I feel the building did not handle it well. If I have to just call them out on one thing. Because the building was not expecting 1,000 people.
Are you saying they were flat, that the crowd was about as flat as a 2x4?
At certain points, yeah. But last thing I want to get to before we get into our predictions is I just want to check to see, because right now we're in the middle of the NWA Crockett Cup.
Oh, yes. Yep.
I'm curious to see if we have any update yet or any results yet.
To the Google machine.
I mean, Trevor Murdoch retired.
Yes, I did hear that.
I don't know. The way it was done, it makes me think it was a work. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know what I haven't caught up all the way on Power, so I don't know what the storyline that Trevor's involved in is. So, is it a work? Is it real? I don't know.
Oh, I see. Okay, here we go. Because from what I'm looking at here, okay, I see what they're doing. Unfortunately, we don't really have results because, because the way they're doing it is the pay-per-view itself. So the way NWA works, you know, for people who are watching and may not be too sure, yes, they have the Crockett Cup. They have like the NWA 77, like they did last year, and over Birmingham Huntington. What they do is, even though technically they are supposed to be a pay-per-view, they use that for TV. So they'll have 20 matches, 22 matches, or whatever.
Right.
And that's 3 months of TV right there. But definitely go check out NWA. I still remember when NWA first came back and they were on YouTube.
Now they're on Roku, right?
No, Comet.
No, Comet. They jumped off of Roku a couple weeks ago.
Okay.
Oh, that's something else I just want to bring up quickly. Do you know there's NWA fans who are pissed off that they feel like NXT is purposely driving NWA away from all these platforms?
How? Well, first off, no. Those are stupid fans. Okay. And the reason why I say they're stupid fans is because if you go back to when this all started, it was fucking NWA that drove NWA away from a platform such as the CW, because Dr. James Mitchell had to go and make sure like he did his, made it look like he was doing coke on the table, and CW was like, nope.
With a bunch of
Like
strippers.
the deal was getting ready to be signed like 2 days later.
Yeah. And then
they were like, nope. And that's when WWE came in. And I can't even, as much as I want to talk shit about WWE, because their business practices are shit, that's a pretty top tier business practice. You know this company, this station is itching for a wrestling show, and you just found out that the wrestling show that they were going to sign just burned all the bridges. Bro, as a business owner, I'd jump in there too.
That's stupid.
And then that, they just went off Roku, and it was just announced, I think yesterday, the day before, that now NXT replays are going to be on Roku.
And NXT are showing live events or PLEs on WCW. I don't even know. I don't even watch it.
Yep.
So now they're starting to do that?
Now they're going to do that, and then they're also going to start showing replays on Roku TV.
Man, they're really desperate.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Hey.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Jay, I can really get you guys going and talk about Ryback for 5 minutes.
This is literally all you'll get from me.
Okay, there, Dr. Evil.
Listen, I'm just saying, that man blocked me because I asked him, "Where's the lie?" And I was like, "But where you're saying he lied? What part of it is a lie?" Block. You soft skinned fucking pussy.
So I guess I should announce that Ryback's coming on the show next week.
John, if Ryback was coming on the show next week, that would have been in the production chat when you were like, "Nope, no announcements."
I'll interview.
Actually,
I'd be like, "Sir, what's your problem with answering questions from fans?"
I actually can announce
Mark
this.
Henry said something. You said it was a lie. Where's the lie? Tell me what the lie was.
I actually can announce this, and this I am telling you guys also. May 19th, we have a guest coming on.
So you do have an announcement, but you say you don't have an announcement.
No.
Right? Fucking John Dixie strikes again.
I actually do have an announcement, guys.
May 19th, the brand new general manager of ISPW, Jay, you know this guy quite well, will be on with us. The one and only Total Tom.
Wow. That's huge. That's huge. And congratulations to Total Tom.
Yep, we will definitely have fun. And like I said, May 19th. Well, guys,
awesome.
I want to try something different.
Oh boy.
I'm
Famous
actually
last words.
Another surprise announcement?
No more surprise announcements. Actually, before we get into that, I do want to make one thing clear, though. Guys, this weekend, Around the Ropes will be live from the Simply Green store for the watch party of WWE.
Shout out to Simply Green for that.
Which we will get to momentarily. Doors open at 7, I think. Yeah, doors open at 7. Events start today. We'll be with you there throughout the entire event. And guys, if you guys can't come to Simply Green and Quorum, but you definitely want to check it out, you guys can. Because Around the Ropes will be live on our YouTubes and on our Facebooks.
Exactly. I have one question, Mr. Dixie. One question. When you went to Creative Pro, I know MJF did meet and greets. Did you do it? And if you did not, why?
I did not, because by the time we got there was 1,000 people there.
That's fair.
Still would have done.
Except because of the way they don't have bathrooms for the wrestlers that are separate from.
Oh my god! Yeah, I know, bro. I
know. Wait a minute, what?
At all sports, everybody uses
the bathroom in the locker room.
No, yeah, at all sports where they did the show.
Yeah, I go in there. I'm like, what the hell am I doing in here?
The wrestlers have to use the bathroom as the same as the fans.
Yeah.
Well, Why? That's
Yeah,
weird.
I'm telling you, bro.
So also, I went on before the show. VSK was in the bathroom. I come out. Who comes walking in? MJF.
Yeah, that's so like can't talk to MJF on a stall. It's weird.
I mean,
bro.
you can. It's just whether or not he's going to answer you.
Like, hey man, how are you?
I'll please wait. You try talking.
Pretty
To
shitty day, huh?
Yeah, you try talking to MJF as he's going to his bathroom. Yeah,
I will say this, John. I am so surprised that 1,000 people showed up because that place I drove from Astoria to there. It's a long ride, man.
Yeah,
it really is.
I wouldn't say they got 1,000 people in there.
It is insane. And the parking sucks, John. Do you even get a parking spot? Because when I went there last time, I didn't. I had to like park a curb they called a parking lot when it wasn't.
Yeah,
even
I parked in the Amazon lot.
Oh God!
Right next door.
And let me guess, when you try to get in your car, you couldn't get out.
No, I can get out because they have
That's
a deal.
crazy. Because when I got in my car, I had to like wait for like 3-4 people to just move so I can.
No, because I.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, it's like the parking lot Ray is like super small.
Yeah, it's
super
but
small.
I was thinking of something, and I don't think any other show does this. We're gonna have a little fun with the predictions.
Oh boy,
I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it.
Kind of mixed because we're all sports fans here.
Let's
Kind
go
of.
last I checked.
Hmm?
I said, yeah, last I checked.
Let's go,
We're gonna
Knicks.
kind of mix sports and wrestling with these predictions. Now, what do I mean by that? We're now going to start earning points for every pay-per-view that we do predictions for.
Okay. Thank you very much, Tony Khan.
So here's the way it's going to work out. We're going to talk about the match. You get 1 point if you get the winner right. You get 2 points if you get 1 point for the winner. You get 1 point if you get the finish. You get 2 points if you get both of them.
Okay.
Actually, that did not make any sense how I just phrased that.
No, not at all, John.
Okay.
Okay, let's hold off on that one then because I had a better plan in my head.
Okay, that's fine. That's okay.
We'll hold off on that. But guys, we're gonna take a quick break. We're gonna come back. We're gonna give you our predictions for
Minus the points.
26 Backlash, including who do we think will be Danhausen's tag team partner?
Oh, that's a good one. That's a real good one.
That is a good one. That is
really good.
And so much more, guys. Again, Backlash goes down this Saturday. But right after this break, we will be giving you our predictions of who we think will win. So, guys, without further ado, here's a four of more friends over at Flow. We'll be right back right after this.
Heavyweights in the ring throwing down, sweat and fury, muscles bound, adrenaline pumping through the veins, crowds roar louder than a train. Past heroes leap from the ropes, chasing dreams and crushing their opponents' hopes. Like legends under the lights, in this arena where champions collide. Welcome to the fantastic league.
And we're back here live on the Around the Ropes Radio. Guys, don't forget your comments coming in. Guys, we're going to go over the 5 matches that we will be seeing on Saturday. Now, the way when I ask you these questions, I also want to get you guys' interests in them on a scale of 1 to 10. So let's start off with the first one. Seth Rollins, Braun Breaker. Ray, you go first.
I think it's going to be Braun with some vision interference, simply because I think there is more to get off the bone when it comes to Seth, the Prophets, and Hendry. So I think, and maybe Hendry's kind of just there, but definitely there's more between the Vision and Seth and the Prophets. Maybe we see Bronson Reed return, and that's why Joe Henry was there with them this Monday. I'm unclear of Joe Henry's participation in this story, but I definitely think I'm going to go with Braun Breaker over with interference from the Vision.
Well, I think the involvement with Joe Hendry is he had that song of Fire Logan Paul.
Yeah, but then you have the Street Profits going after the Vision for the tag title. So are you double booking Logan Paul?
I don't know, but what's your level of interest for this match on a scale of 1 to 10?
I say like 8.
Jay,
It's
what
had,
about you?
it's had a good build up. We've been waiting for it we've been waiting for Braun to return so that the story can keep going.
Jay, what about you?
Well, I have Seth Rollins winning from what I've been seeing the last few weeks. I think it makes sense. I think this story needs to stretch a little bit because, like you said, John, the next PLE event is in Saudi. So I want to stretch it as much as I can till then to get Braun ready for SummerSlam to have one of the biggest matches on the first ever 2-night show that they're having in Minnesota. So I'm going to stretch it. I'm going to say Seth is going to win this match. The interest level, I'm with Ray all the way. I'm at an 8.
For me, I got to agree with Ray on this one. I think it's got to be Braun. I think Braun gets the win, and it's not clean. It's some fugazi finish where I can see down the road, even a Night of Champions, if you want to do it, where you get the 6-man tag of Seth and the Street Profits versus Logan Paul, Austin Theory, and Braun Breaker.
Yeah.
Be interesting to see. All right, let's keep things moving here. I'm not going to go in the order here because,
I'm sorry, what was your?
Yeah, what was yours, John?
Oh, sorry. I agree with you guys. I think it ain't. I'm intrigued to see this. This match was supposed to be one of the marquee matches at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
So I'm curious to see the fact that both these guys, for the most part, had been out for the last couple months. I know they've been back recently, but when this match was supposed to be at Mania and they were out for a while, they've only really had, a month and a half to build this? Maybe?
Yeah, I mean, you're absolutely right. That's why I think it should be stretched a little more.
Now, this one I'm curious to see your guys' thoughts. Trick Williams versus Sami Zayn for the United States Championship. Jay, what's your interest level in this match?
I'm at a 9. I think the story is so great between these two, and they have magic together, especially in the ring. And Sammy makes Trick actually look really good. And Trick has been picking up the ball the last few weeks. I hope I see Little Yachty there because they just work, and it's just amazing, amazing connection you can't fake on TV. So I'm going to go with Trick on this. I think he's going to get the victory. Maybe some interference with Little Yachty or somebody pretending to be the Gingerbread Man. Shout out to this Friday SmackDown, the funeral of Gingerbread Man. I can't wait to see that. But my interest level is definitely at a 9.
Ray, what about you?
Is it a 9? Yeah, I think it is. Because we're not doing halves, right? Because I'd put it at 8. My true gut feeling is 8.5. But if we're not doing halves, then I'd go with 9. I think I think Jay is correct with the little Yachty interaction. He does. Him and Trick do have a really good chemistry. They feed off of each other. They feed off of the crowd. Yeah, no, I've got Trick, and I'm at a 9.
I hope this is the definitive Sammy heel turn right here because they got to do something with him.
Yeah.
I feel like right now he needs a new coat of paint. I feel like at this point,
A new paint a coat.
I think that's the same thing I said a few weeks back.
yeah.
Now,
I think Sammy is somebody who he's Teflon at this point. A loss here isn't going to hurt him necessarily, but we always go back to building stars, and Trick is going to be one of the future of the company, and I think you got to give him a long title run. And for God's sakes, can we get rid of this little gingerbread man? I don't.
I love it. I just think it's gold.
To each their own. My interest of this, I'm going to go with an 8.
Okay.
I'm going to go with an 8.
That's good.
Now is the matchup that I'm very curious to see, and I think what should be the greatest match of the year, actually of ever. Danhausen and a partner of his choosing takes on the team of The Miz and Kit Wilson. Ray, I'll ask you first. Who do you see being Danhausen's partner, and who do you see getting the win here?
I mean, comically, it would be hilarious if it were evil, right? Just from a pure comedy aspect, it would be fucking great if it were evil. It's not going to be evil. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if it's Jelly Roll.
Our truth.
That's quite a bit our truth. So
no, I don't think it. I don't think it will. That would be hilarious as well. But I'm gonna go with Jelly Roll because there haven't been any celebrities announced. So
No.
I'm going with Jelly Roll as his partner, and my interest level in this is like a 4.
I would say, would you call himself Jelly Roll Hausen?
Yeah.
Well, he comes out in oh my god, Jelly Roll comes out in the full face paint.
Or in the Danhausen mobile.
Right.
Cost over on Facebook says, "What about John Cena?"
Hey, anything's possible.
How about the Miz?
Hold on. Well, he's
Wait, John Cena or Ron Cena? Which one?
But hold
John
on.
or Ron?
They can do John Cena, but not actually have him show up.
Just put Ron Cena.
No. Think about it. You could have it be John Cena. But remember, oh God, what was it when Shawn Michaels and it was supposed to be Shawn Michaels and God took on Vince and Shane, I think.
Yeah.
You could do that.
Okay.
But I've heard of who are the other ones I've heard? I have heard Kit Wilson's former partner as a possibility.
Elton Prince.
Is Elton healed?
I know that would be you would talk about a heel, you would talk about a turn.
He's not released.
No. I mean there is always one other name because from what I heard, I don't know if it was on Raw or SmackDown. I think it was Raw. Michael Cole did say that the person who was chosen to be Danhausen's partner loves money.
Okay. Everybody loves money.
Yeah, but whose theme song was that? Think for.
Are you giving your predictions? I'm just trying to follow.
I'm
Your
lost.
turn, John.
Oh, yeah, I'll take
it looks like it's his turn.
Sorry, I'll take this one. I'm gonna throw out a name. I'm probably gonna get chastised for this, and if it doesn't happen, I'll eat crow next week. If it does happen, I'll say there was loopholes went out of the thin air. What about Shane O'Mac?
Hey,
Think about it for a second. Shane's theme song was "Here Comes the Money."
like that.
I mean,
Him and Miz do have some history.
You do?
yeah, I guess.
Like I said, do I think it'll be far fetched? Absolutely.
So that's who you.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Shane McMahon. Why not?
So,
Okay, that's
wait. So
that's a choice.
Who do you guys have winning, and what's both your interest level before I shoot?
Ray said 4, right?
Yep.
And you're at a 4, and John, you're at a.
I would say probably a 7, just on the aspect of I'm curious to see who he picks.
Okay. Well, I think that this PLE is absolutely going to suck. But if I'm going to save it, I need somebody big. I need somebody that knows Danhausen in and out. And that person is CM Punk.
I was gonna say Pepsi Phil.
Because CM Punk loves money. He talks about it. He says it in his promos. And they're real life friends. And it makes sense. So I have nothing for CM Punk. I did a little teaser with Cody, and I just went a different direction because I'm WWE TKO. I'm always changing things every single day. If I'm going to put somebody in a big name in a big match, it's not going to be a big match, but if I want a big name in a match, I'm going to put CM Punk there. My interest level, I'll put it at a 6 just for that.
I mean, it's funny when you think about it that way because Punk does have history with The Miz.
And he loves money.
Except he comes out as he doesn't come out as CM Punk. He comes out as Pepsi Phil.
And listen, what do we have for CM Punk? Nothing. We have nothing for him.
Huh.
Might as well put him in there. Why not?
It's funny. We talk about Danhausen. I just want to talk about Danhausen here for 1 second. I have never seen somebody. He's been on the roster that long. Since elimination, since the chamber. So you're going on 2 months, maybe 2.5 months.
Yeah, probably. I would say 2.5. Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen somebody as over as it was with him.
I'm good, Navar. How are you? Hope you're good, brother. I agree with you, John. I never seen someone have such a bad debut and just rebound absolutely quick, and just get over the way Danhausen is. I think he was just meant for WWE all along.
Well, think about it. Danhausen is a character. What's
Yes.
the big thing with WWE?
Character.
Entertainment.
But here's the thing. I want to see Danhausen on my TV. I don't want to see too much of Danhausen, if that makes sense.
I'm just waiting for the time for Danhausen versus R-Truth.
Yeah. But,
I mean,
yeah,
that will happen.
But we got 2 more matches to go here. And as much as I hate to say it, this next match I have very little interest in, and that's Io Sky and Asuka.
I think everybody lost interest in it when they released Kyrie.
Yeah, this is one. So look, Jay, I'll ask you first.
Yeah.
Io and Asuka, what's your interest level and who do you see winning?
My interest level will be out of 5. It was at a 3, but I think last night's little segment they had just kind of bumped it up 2 points for me. So I totally agree with you guys. I think Kyrie just kind of killed the whole story. I have Io winning, but I'm at a 5 at this. I mean, I was excited for this with Kyrie, but now that she's out, it really lost that interest. So I'm at a 5.
Ray, what about you?
I wanted to see prior to Kyrie's release, I was probably at a 7-8. Simply because I mean I've watched these 3 ladies since Lucha Underground and the Lotus Clan.
Yeah.
They released Kyrie, and immediately I don't care. I don't care. I don't.
And
To
last
find
last night, do something for you a little bit, or no, not really.
No, because for me, I looked at it as them trying to save a match that they didn't even have to meddle in. It like the story was there, and then you release Kyrie, and now all of a sudden Asuka wants Io out of her life. Like what? Just what in the actual fuck are you doing?
I'm gonna go. So wait, who?
So
who-
I don't care who wins. My interest for this match is now at like a 3 or a 2, and whatever.
I hate to say it, but I think this one's gonna be the bathroom match. This is gonna be the bathroom break match.
So where's your interest level?
Honestly, I hate to say it, I'm giving it a 2, just on the sole fact. Yeah, I have no interest in the story that they're telling. Because I agree with Ray. I think ever since Kyrie, Jay, you as well, ever since Kyrie got released, I feel like this whole story kind of got, was dead on arrival. But I know these two can put on a good match.
Hey.
These two can put on a good match.
Yeah.
I think in ring wise, they're gonna do what they can. But I think other than that, I have no interest at all in this match. And now, guys, we've been talking about this match for a while. It is going to be your main event for the World Heavyweight Championship. Roman Reigns, Jacob Fatu. Jay, I'll throw. Actually, Ray, I'll throw it to you first. Ray, what do you see winning?
I don't know, man. There's really a lot more riding on this match than I think we intended. I think there's more riding on this match, more than what WWE intended. If the rumors are true, I mean, how can you not say Jacob will win? Are they really going to leave Raw, who has had a champion has had their top champion show up damn near every week, to all of a sudden not have their top champion on the show for weeks, months at a time? I don't think that's going to happen. I think you might see. I think you're going to see Jacob win. But my interest in this is this is the most interested match on the card for me.
Jay, what about you? How do you see this one playing out? What's your interest in it?
I'm impressed for how this ride is going. I mean, I remember one night on SmackDown, Jacob is getting booed, attacking Roman Reigns. Last 2 weeks, he's getting cheered. But I'm sorry, boys. I'm going to go with the top dog. I'm going with the tribal chief, Roman Reigns, just for the fact that this guy is the star. He's got everybody's attention. I acknowledge him. I'm at an interest of I'll say 8, but I have Roman winning. I don't think Jacob is truly ready yet to be in that spot, no matter travels or any dirt rumor sheets is out there. I really don't care. I mean, I've seen it before with Becky. She had a title and she didn't even defend it. But the good thing about Becky, she was a household name. Everybody knew her. She'd go on red carpets, et cetera, showing WWE title. So I want that for Roman, especially when Street Fighter is coming out soon. So, yeah, I'm going to stick with Roman on this one.
This was a tough one. We talked about this, at the start of the show. We were talking about the whole thing with the pay cut with TKO. And Ray, you had brought up the whole rumor about with Roman.
Mm-hmm.
I said, I think this will be the determination this weekend. I think if he does, I think it's not only if he loses, I think if he loses cleanly. If he loses cleanly, then I think, okay, then I think he is walking away and whatnot. But it's funny, because Casa over on our Facebook comments makes a great point. He goes, is Roman losing less than a month after he won it at WrestleMania?
For me, I truly don't see it. For the boys, they feel like they may see it.
My thing is this. We know we're going to only have Roman through the summer, which means you're going to have him for, obviously, Backlash, You're going to have him for a Clash in Italy, the end of the month. We know he's not going to be at Night of Champions.
Mhm.
Then the next time you probably going to see him is at probably SummerSlam, more than likely. I'm talking pay-per-view wise. I'm not talking about Raw or SmackDown. So you're only really going to get him for, like I said, maybe 3 or 4 more events before he leaves. And are you going to want to run the risk of all of a sudden in a fall, like Ray was saying, not having your main champion on with everything that's going on right now with TKO? I think
Just
if
feel
I
like-
was,
Go ahead. Sorry.
no, I was saying, I think if I'm them, can I see? I mean, yeah, I can see Jacob winning. We know that anything could happen on any given day.
Mhm.
But there's something telling me that I think we're going to see something big.
I just think this smells like all like TKO, and I think they love Roman. I think they don't want a title change, and I feel like they don't see Jacob as that guy. And this is TKO, This
I
is
think-
that's TKO talk.
I think when you look at it, this is where it's going to get very interesting. Because if Roman wins, are they going to put Jacob in the position of basically, essentially having him go back to what he did when he was with Solo? I mean, are we going to end up getting the Jacob that's going to sit there and say, "I love you, Roman," like he did with Solo?
No, but it kind of makes sense for him to do that because I could easily have Roman's next opponent be Drew out of nowhere, right? We haven't seen Drew on our TV for a while. Could have Roman and Drew, and then Jacob just interfere and attack Drew.
I don't think Drew's done with filming the movie. That's why.
Yeah, he's not.
Yeah, don't worry. We're not rushing it. Take your time. But can you guys see it? I can see it. I can see it. Jacob hates Drew so much. He attacks, helps Roman retain the title, maybe change of the tide.
What I hope ends up happening, and I've been saying this for a while now, is that eventually gets to Oba. I've been saying that for the longest time now. Push
Mm.
the freaking kid. And I think if you put anything less than the world heavyweight title on Oba, you could do him a disservice.
I think it's too fast, but I think whoever's going to give Oba that 15, 20-minute match has to be somebody that we probably never seen before in this open challenge. I truly believe that with my gut, just for the fact that I seen Cena do it when he had the U.S. title, and I was so shocked that he brought Sami Zayn up. I was so shocked to see Kevin Owens get a chance. I think we might see something the same. I think it's somebody that we have never seen, or probably we haven't seen in a long time, going to give Oba that real challenge.
It's funny. I know I kept saying before about guys like Braun Breaker, but I just said it now. The one who I would love for it to be, and I'm not talking Gunther. Where's Ilya been?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Where's Solo been?
I'm just saying, Ilya Dragunov, Oba.
No, can't do it. Why can I not have? I don't know, guys. I just think it has to be. Listen, if you make this challenge for pretty much nothing, just for a guy to beat Oba, doesn't it have to be somebody we haven't seen before? Somebody that has some attitude like a Jacob, but takes it a little notch up more than Jacob?
Wait a second. Costa brings up an interesting name. What the-
Hey, why not? Why not? Why the hell not?
Yeah, I can see that.
Why not?
Let me see
I
that.
think I may have said that last week. Unclear.
I would love that. I would absolutely love that. I think he's a champion right now, if I'm not mistaken.
I think he is. I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I know he would, was at a con and Devon Evans right up to him and stuff. But I don't know. Do you guys feel that it should be somebody we've seen in the roster to just give Oba that challenge, or somebody that we never seen before, somebody we haven't seen in a long time?
I don't know. This can go so many ways.
But what way would you think in your heart, in your opinion?
What I would love for it to be, I mean, it's an open challenge.
Right.
I would love for there to be, some cocky heel who's a champion. who turns around and says, "Oh, I can beat you. I'll put my title on the line." Because I say that for one reason with Oba. You talk about a guy who held the NXT World Title, heavyweight title, twice.
Mhm.
He is the longest reigning North American champion.
Whoa, 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 whoa. He is, but that's not what they say on TV.
Well, that's TV. He he talks well on the microphone, so he can talk you into a building. And I think you see somebody like Oba on a marquee in that main event spot. We were talking before about lightning in a bottle. There's your lightning in your bottle right there.
Yeah.
We're talking about Danhausen. I'll just wrap up with this part. Talk about Danhausen being so over as quickly as he is. Look at somebody like Oba. Oba Femi had his first match, I think, in 2022. Go back to the end of March when they were at the Garden. Go back to that pop. And I'm not to say because I was there. Go back to that moment when you have 20,000 fans in arguably one of the most famous arenas, if I have to say so.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, chanting him like, I mean, I heard a lot of people say the last time they heard a chant that powerful in the Garden, you gotta go back to Hogan.
I want to throw a curveball on this before we go off on this, but
Yeah.
what if I bring back Brock because of his defeat to Oba at Mania, and I have him winning at SummerSlam, and then I have him truly retire?
No,
Why?
I
Why
think
would that not work?
because I think the whole setup with him taking the gloves off, taking the shoes off, if you were to have him come back to just defeat Oba to basically redo that again, to me, then what was the point of doing that at Mania?
You did it at Mania. You didn't do it in your home.
But I think, as much as it would be nice for him to do it in his own, in his home, in his backyard, I think the way they did it at Mania, you made a moment. I think if you were to do, I think the only way we see Brock back again on our TVs is when they announce him for the Hall of Fame. At this point,
I'm gonna disagree. I think he would be a logic choice, and it makes sense. And you could give him, because you look, when he got the send off, you're absolutely right on the money. But the next day, they didn't even really know if he was retired or not. Now, last night, Paul Heyman threw the word retire, but
Brock Lesnar retired on me. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah.
I think he just retired. Like, this is my last Mania, guys. That's it. Here's my boots. Here's my gloves. Goodbye. I'm not wrestling at WrestleMania anymore. It's over.
yeah. But here's the thing, though: if he would have done a full blown, if he would have just done a retirement like that, then taking off the boots would not have made sense.
But guys, people retire and they come back. It's been done. That's just the way it is now.
We're
Why
seeing that.
not? If I give this guy $5-10 million, you wouldn't come back?
Yeah, but also you have to realize he's in his 40s.
Exactly.
I think for him, I think it would have to be the right opportunity. I don't think doing it now would make a whole lot of sense because then you're basically telling everybody. Because then I'll be this way: you have Brock come back, okay, and challenge Oba at SummerSlam, and he turns out and he says, "Oh, I'm putting my career on the line." Then what was the point of doing the whole thing at Mania?
Right.
I don't think that could be the story they should build off that, but I could see your guys' points, and I totally agree with what you guys saying. I have no denial on that. But what I'm saying is that I truly don't see anybody on both brands, let's face it, 3 brands, pretty much giving Oba a fight. And I can't put my top guys, I can't put CM Punk right away in that spot. I can't put Roman in that spot. I can't put Cody. I can't put Gunther. I could put Jacob, but I just don't think Jacob is the guy. I'm sorry. I love him, but I just don't think he is. So who can I put? I neither need to put somebody that I never seen before. Maybe a new signee. Who knows? Somebody that faced him before, like Brock, it makes perfect sense. I'm not saying it's going to be Brock, but it makes sense. Or maybe somebody from the roster, like you guys say, maybe a Jacob Fatu, maybe a Drew.
I mean, you know who
Maybe
else
a
I can,
McIntyre.
I can also see it being, I mean, if you go that route, Seth Rollins.
Why not? Makes sense.
Wait,
I just feel like they utilize these top stars. I just think the big problem is they always change plans every single day, and it's so frustrating. And it's like I don't know where you guys are going. You guys show me Cody and Punk, and then you just went left because I seen Gunther on this past Friday on SmackDown. So I don't know where their direction's going, but I would love to see a surprise, a person that we have never seen that actually give Oba a fight. Not saying beat him, but give him a fight.
it's gonna be very interesting to see. It's gonna be very interesting
It
to
will.
see.
Randy Orton, that's a good one too. Why not? That's a good one. Good. I like that name too.
Like I said, it'd be very interesting to see. Obviously, guys, like I said before, we will be live this Saturday for the watch party for WWE Backlash. Also, guys, tune in this Thursday night at 8:30 p.m. as I sit down with the owner and promoter of NWA New Mexico. The one and only Fred Slow will be on with us. Look forward to talking to him and start networking relationships. So, guys, we have a lot of stuff that we're getting to. Also, I did find some old interviews in the archives from the early days of the show that I'm going to actually start uploading, not only to our YouTube page, but I'm going to start uploading them to our Spotify, Apple Podcasts, including an interview I did with WWE Hall of Famer Double J, Jeff Jarrett.
That's awesome.
So
Nice.
That's
we got
awesome.
that coming up. I literally just found it today. I was like, oh, I forgot. Because I know there's certain videos that aren't available anymore. So I was like, let me see if this one's still available. And it's there. I was like, okay, good. But I'm going to go back and see what other ones we have. But guys, like I said, that's pretty much it from us. Ray, do you guys have anything else you want to get to before we wrap things up?
I got nothing. I can't believe that I just can't believe that I am very lackluster for Backlash. I mean, there's maybe 2 matches that are over a 5 rating, or as far as interest goes. I don't know. What are we doing?
We'll be back here live next week. We will have your
Take care, David.
Take
Bye,
care, David.
David.
We will have your
See you
fallout
later, David.
as well.
Thanks for tuning in, David.
I guess now I have to come up with a new nickname for Ray since he doesn't have the Tony D'Angelo hair anymore.
You know, well, listen, it's much cooler under here. Let me tell you that now.
On a vengeance, man. You know. It's on a vengeance.
Actually, you know what it reminds me of now? I figured it out. The guitarist from
The guitars from
no. He did the entrance for Damian Priest at WrestleMania 41.
I know what you're talking about. I just don't know the guitar name. Ray?
Hey, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Give me a second.
So,
I can't even.
we gotta Google this one because I don't know the name. Before we get off the air.
Like, you know, who, because that's literally who he just reminded me of.
I actually have to watch how the guy looked like because I actually.
Would you say it was WrestleMania what?
41.
41.
I think he's from Anthrax.
I didn't even know he was.
It was Kerry King from Slayer.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, that's
Really? That was Kerry King?
He didn't even look like him.
Right?
But guys, we're getting out of here now. As always, follow us on Facebook, subscribe to us on YouTube. If you're in the Long Island area, definitely stop by Simply Green this coming Saturday for the watch party. Gonna have a lot of fun there, guys. Like I said, also stay tuned this Thursday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern, for my sit-down interview with the one and only Fred Slow. But for Jay and Ray, I'm John from beautiful Long Island, New York. Woo. And we'll catch you guys next time right here on the Around the Ropes radio show.
So.